Hello and welcome to another episode of the Boss Ravioli Queens, your three favorite caregivers here, Boss Lady Amy.
And Jasmine the Queen. Where's Nicole Ravioli?
I don't know.
She's supposed to be here. She's announcing this one.
Oh my god. Hi guys, Nicole Ravioli here. This episode is called The Work Never Ends.
Literally.
Because it really doesn't. Caregiving is a 24/7 job, and in all aspects of our lives, we just can't get away from it. It literally is 24/7.
Sucks you right back in.
It does.
Even when you go home, you might have clocked out, but really at home, you should be getting paid for that.
Oh, did you want to get...
Because you're spending the same amount of energy.
Oh, no, did you want to get done from your AM shift? Too bad you're working a double.
Literally.
It tripled.
Oh, you thought you were going to be done with that double? Well, knock shift didn't show up. You're staying for third shift.
Joke's on you.
Except at your house, because your kid didn't go to sleep.
Or the caregivers that actually have to bring their kids to work.
Don't remind me.
She said, I did that, never again.
Literally never again. I would rather a neighbor off the street watch my kid than me have to take my child to work. Horrendous.
It's like your full-time job meeting your full-time job.
Literally. So to recap, if you haven't listened to
You only get
previous
paid for one.
episodes,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. Except you only get paid for one. Like, what's that bullshit? Hello, government. Anyway,
I literally feel like all healthcare places or whatever, if they're gonna like work you to the bone, I feel like they should provide daycare.
they should absolutely.
I have talked about this with so many people.
100%.
And I know some companies I think offer like big discounts on daycare, but
Some of
I
them.
feel like they should just build like a small daycare.
I was
and
going
they
to say,
can
some
staff
places
it.
have daycare like on site.
Yeah.
I
Why
know.
is that not a thing, Marm?
Well, it's
Can
like we're
anybody
already
Somebody make it a lot.
We're already caregivers. Like, what the fuck? Why wouldn't you just like have us on a rotation?
Right.
Like, oh, this day you're in the whatever facility. This day you're in the daycare. Like, go back and forth.
Right.
Whatever.
Something.
Listen up, Joe Biden. Anyway, so to recap, if you haven't listened to previous episodes, I have taken my child to work, caused a resident to fall, and it was awful. So go listen to that story.
Didn't
Oh
child
yeah, I
fall
remember
too?
that.
Huh?
Didn't Crotch Goblin fall, and that's why the resident fell?
Yeah, no, he fell, and then you
so-
said the resident tried to help him up, and
Yeah,
the
so
resident fell.
I don't know exactly what came first, but
The chicken or the egg?
well, okay, so the resident was trying to pick him up, and I don't know if it was because he fell or I don't exactly know what caused what. But anyway, so the resident was trying to pick him up, then the resident ended up toppling over. It was a horrible situation. My child went flying. He's like starting to tumble, and we were outside and it was like slanted. So he's starting to go like down the driveway a little bit. And I'm literally like standing in between the middle of them. I was the only staff there. And I'm like, what do I do? I'm like, do I grab my kid? Do I grab the resident? What's happening? I don't know.
Wow! That sounds like a lot.
It does
Also,
sound like a lot. I'm glad I don't have
TikTok
crotch
idea.
goblins.
We're going to reenact that.
Yeah, so that was horrible. So if you want to go listen.
Life alert!
Oh my God, we should all get life
I was going to say Life Alert sponsorship.
right here. But anyway, if you want to hear that story in depth, go listen. Sorry, I don't know what episode I talked about.
I don't remember. That was a while ago.
My bad. Yeah.
It's one of them. That means you just have to listen to all.
But anyway, okay, so I've talked about this several times. The reason as to why I'm not motivated to do my house chores is because I'm not getting paid. I kid you not, if I was paid to do my house chores,
Literally.
I would have a spotless house all the time.
Going to work all day and doing their dishes, their laundry, their cleaning, all of that stuff. I come
It's
home and I'm like,
No!
I'm just gonna close
No.
my eyes and pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I would rather just be like, snap, oh look, it's done.
right.
Right.
Like, mm-mm. I will not do it. If you pay me, that's a different story.
Yeah,
Literally,
right.
like, getting paid to do it is one thing, and then coming home and just being like, oh, look, there's this big pile of dishes or this big pile of laundry or whatever. You're like, I don't care.
Imagine.
I don't
okay,
care.
Follow me here. Imagine if there was a cleaning service that came, but they paid you, and they would just sit there on your couch and watch you and encourage you and be like, hey, every dish you do, here's $1. Every piece of clothing you throw in the wash, here's $1.
I feel like you're just.
Or try cleaning up after residents or whatever when they nitpick every fucking thing you do the whole time.
That kills my whole inside
I
spirit.
got some in mind right now.
If I was able
5
to get
squares
paid.
from the bottom, 2 1/4 on the sides.
No, I refuse. I will not go in there. She can do it herself.
Well, lucky me. I think it's my turn tomorrow.
No, I will not. She can do it herself. Like, she's perfectly capable.
I'm sick.
I
I'm not
literally,
going tomorrow.
I literally asked,
Not going tomorrow.
I brought one of her t-shirts out on a hanger and I hung it on the end of her walker or whatever for her to take back to her room or whatever, because I had laundry for other people in my arms. And I started walking away or whatever. I'm like, here's your shirt. And then I started walking away to deliver the rest of the laundry. And she's like, I can't handle this. And I'm like, it's hanging on your walker. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean you can't handle this? You're not even carrying it.
I could trap.
It wasn't even touching the floor.
Okay, so this reminds me, when I first got into caregiving, I took care of this morbidly obese woman. She didn't have anything wrong with her other than she was morbidly obese.
Was she at least helpful?
No. I can already see where this
So
is
this
going.
person, perfectly continent, not incontinent at all.
Oh my god, I've had one of those.
She would literally go in her Depends just because she refused to get up and walk to the bathroom.
Sounds all right.
And I would be like, what are you doing? Why you could get up and walk to the bathroom? And she'd be like, it hurts my legs. Okay, well, you're here.
Well, me rolling you hurts my back.
Right. I was like, you're here because of your obesity and we're supposed to help you so that you can lose some weight. It
And
only
get
hurts.
home.
Right. It only hurts because of this situation you have going on. If you do it, the more you do it, the better you will get.
Exactly.
And it was with everything. She could do everything, but she would just refuse. She wouldn't even get up to walk to her garbage that was literally a foot away from her recliner. She would literally just throw her tissues on the floor. Every time I'd come in to do my rounds, she would have a little pile of tissues.
I literally have a story pretty similar to that. So there was this lady that she knew when she had to go to the bathroom and everything, and she could get up and go, but she would deliberately pee and poop herself and then call us in to clean her up. But that's not even the worst part. So she would poop herself and we'd come in and we'd start cleaning her and stuff. And obviously, like, when you're laying in it, like, everything goes up into your private parts. So I'm basically digging in her front, trying to make sure everything's out or whatever. And she stops me and she's like, you gotta go deeper.
No, she didn't.
Excuse
No,
me?
she didn't.
And then what made it worse is, like, I initially tried to clean it out better, and then she started with, oh, that feels good.
Oh no, she
And I literally collected my things and I walked out of the room. I was no,
absolutely not.
no, and she would do it to everybody that cleaned her up.
At that point, just invest in a douche, okay?
At least she didn't fart on you.
I've had one of those too.
Same.
And then he would laugh at it. He would literally, we'd roll him over and he'd fart and then he'd turn his head back and he'd be like,
Oh, I've had that before.
I've had so many of those. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Like, how? Okay, like if I was a resident, I would be so embarrassed if I just like shit myself for no reason other than I can.
Like-
wouldn't you be embarrassed?
Even some of them are embarrassed, the ones that can't control it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the ones that can control it
They're
and
like,
choose
let
not
me
to,
do
they're
it on
just-
command.
Yeah, they're like,
Let me show
do it
you
on
what I can
purpose,
do.
and then not be embarrassed about it.
Right, and they'd be like,
Like-
you have to clean me up now.
Like, congratulations, your digestive system is still working well.
Right.
You want a trophy?
Right.
I'm not gonna give you one.
Right. And Susan over there is fucking crying her eyes out because she can't stop peeing uncontrollably.
You know,
Like,
Yeah.
the residents who like can do things for themselves and don't have any like serious diagnoses, and they act like they are the most like sick out of everyone in the facility. And I'm
Especially
You're the
the
most
ones,
capable.
but especially the ones that are private pay. They think that they are God, and
Oh
we
my
must
God.
bow to their every whim.
I have been told so many times throughout my career, I pay your bills. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a job right now.
oh my gosh, I literally
Like,
told off a person one time. So they were like complaining like, I pay good money to be here, blah 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 or whatever. And
so does the whole facility.
but like out of curiosity, I nicely asked her, I'm like, well, what insurance do you have? And she had government assistance.
Of course.
And I looked her in the face and I'm like, actually, I pay taxes so you can be here. I'm like,
Not only that,
and I
but
walked out of her room. I'm like,
the government is paying for you to be here. Big difference.
Huge
like,
difference.
You all pay a fuck ton of money.
right.
Not just
We all
you.
do.
But
Including
literally,
us
it's
working.
tax
They
paid.
make
Yeah,
us-
we get taxed.
Like, we can literally
we're
work in
paying
a hospital
ourselves.
and still not get like a decent rate on like health insurance.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-mm.
All right, now that we've derailed, kind of, not
not
not a
really.
whole lot, but
We're talking about it never ends.
Same playground.
same playground, different
Different
side.
side.
Yeah, I know. The slide is even closer this time than usual.
Look,
Anyway.
my new hands.
Anyways, so like I know that we've covered like going to the grocery store and feeling like you have to help somebody because they're
Oh, God,
disabled and
yeah.
they need help with something, and that
Oh, yeah, I've
caregiver
been there
instinct
so
just
many
kicks in, and
times.
you're like, oh, let me
Hate it.
help you.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I see like people who need help in public or whatever, I'm like, I'm like,
So like, okay, this has happened to me before where like someone who's clearly disabled will come up to me and start talking to me like they know me. And my husband or whoever I'm with will be like, is that your resident? And I'm like, no. Literally don't know them.
or family members that are from like old facilities
Yep.
that you've worked at, and they're just like, oh, you took care of my mom, you took care of my dad, and did such a good job. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. I'm like, I've been in like
Luckily,
so many.
that has not happened to me.
It's happened to
It's
me
happened to me.
so much. So much.
That one behavioral place that Jake and I used to work,
Mhm.
Jasmine and I used to work.
You're fired.
Shut up. I saw
So are you.
one of the residents' moms out at like a Walmart or
You guys
something.
get paid to do this?
Continue.
You sure?
No.
Yeah, I know. Saw a resident's mom at a Walmart one time, and she was like, "Oh, how is so and so doing?" And I was like, "Well, I don't work there anymore, so I don't really know, but I hope good."
Oh my god. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was interesting because she was one of the ones that would come and visit like at least once a week. Like she would try to.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of
And
people don't visit any of them,
I know.
especially there.
I know. But when I told her that, she just looked so sad.
No.
Aw.
Yeah.
It's because the family members know what caregivers actually take care of their family.
Mm-hmm. She looked like I like killed her puppy or something. It
Jeez.
was not good. And I was like, I really hope that he's doing well. Like
Like I've worked at a place or whatever where I worked part-time at this one place, and I always ended up doing one of the showers. He would get it like 2-3 times a week or something like that. And I was like end up doing the shower once in a while, depending on what shift I had. Well, apparently I was the only caregiver that was actually pulling back his foreskin to wash him.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because it was bad.
No.
And I work part-time, so I mean, think about that. That means like everybody else that's working is not doing it.
I don't want to think about it.
It's gross, but it needs to be said. As a caregiver, there is a distinct smell that will never leave your nose.
Mm-hmm.
That is dirty foreskin.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Or yeasty folds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. And it's each body part, it has its own distinct smell.
Yeah.
You don't forget it.
No.
One time, you'll have it for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. It's
can
not
still smell it.
good.
Me
I
too.
can still smell it.
See, and that's another way that we are affected even outside of our work. Like, all you have to do is start thinking about something, and it'll come back. You smell
I
it
can
immediately.
literally walk up to a person who just doesn't really take care of themselves, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nope.
Everybody talking about a sixth sense. That's ours.
Like, I can literally be in the store and I'll be like, oh my god, what's that nasty smell?
Or even when someone has taken a shower, I can tell you where they have scrubbed and where they haven't.
Mhm.
Or I know, like, when another caregiver gives a shower, I know when they have, like, really scrubbed their head when they washed it, or if they just did a little, like,
Put some
zhuzh
Put some
action.
soap on there to make it look like they did it.
Mhm.
Or can we talk about the people that don't put lotion on after showers? Because that dead skin, when it comes off the sock and it like poofs in your face.
Oh, and you inhale the dead skin flakes. Oh,
Anytime I've learned, anytime I. Oh my god.
would you like some Parmesan?
Oh, no. That is the most cursed Parmesan. Absolutely not.
That is disgusting.
So
That's what it looks like, though.
It does.
I've literally had coughing fits because of inhaling that. And you don't think about that. Like, this is another, like, literal person that I just inhaled.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, literally, I have taught myself that if I'm taking off socks or Ted hose or whatever, I hold my breath.
Mhm.
No, I hold my
I
breath.
do too.
I hold my damn breath
I know,
for
I'm
the
like-
entirety of that situation.
You pull away.
Mhm.
That's a
Yeah, it's like you're
universal
like
thing.
that's when you like
You're
you're
like-
like slingshots.
Yeah, I don't let it slingshot.
No, I don't either.
I have become quite good at not letting it slingshot.
Sometimes
Actually.
I'll put on a mask. Like, if I know someone's extra flaky,
Oh yeah, when you know it's just gonna pour off of them.
you're like,
Oh, God.
mm-mm. No.
Yep. No.
Disgusting.
No.
Y'all, it literally looks like it's snowing. That's what it looks like when
It's
that
like
happens.
a snow
Literally.
globe.
It is like a snow globe without the water, though. It's just
It's a
poofing.
cursed snow globe.
Gross.
Gross. These are just some of the traumas that we carry.
Yep.
It's
And
like,
it never ends.
Never.
literally, it doesn't.
It like goes on in your daily life all the
So,
time. Yeah, it's
All the caregivers out there listening, lotion your people. Please.
Okay, so this is kind of like in the same-ish area. Nothing irritates me more than when I am getting someone ready who can lift their legs, but they just don't.
they don't.
Oh, that makes me so
And
mad.
then you are forced to one-handedly prop
Mhm.
them up and shimmy pants on.
Yep.
And it's even worse when they have fucking gigantic cankles.
Yep.
Putting on Ted hose like that,
Oh my god.
That is the worst.
the worst. Because you literally, like, the foot is up here, right? So you're, like, trying to stretch this stupid-ass Ted hose sock and get it on at least their toes so you can lift their leg up and, like, pull the rest on.
Yeah, once
I
you get
literally
at that
like
point, it's not
sat
bad.
on the floor and like set their just foot
That's
on
what
my
I
lap. And they're like, I can't do that. And I'm like, well, that's too damn bad.
You keep digging!
excuse me.
I literally, what I've done, well, actually, this is like my trick now. This is what I do. I will sit on the edge of their bed carefully. Okay, don't go too far because that's, no, you don't want that.
You might go kersploosh.
Literally. So I'll sit on the edge of the bed and then I'll have them put their leg up and I will just fucking hike that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Works every time. I've never had a problem getting those on. Even the fattest of cankles.
Mm-hmm.
Even the sweatiest.
Mm-hmm.
Never had a problem. Also, don't put Teds on with gloves. Just
No.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's not even worth it. Wash your hands afterwards.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's so difficult.
It's so
You might
hard.
end up with your glove inside that Ted. Like
It's happened. It has happened.
And then you have to take it off and start over again anyway. Well,
You know what I
depending.
hate? It works for some people, but like I hate when they have that. They tell us to use that plastic bag method.
What?
That plastic bag method for Ted hose. They like have you put it on like their foot or whatever, and they say like the Ted hoe will slide over it better.
It doesn't.
It doesn't, and then you have to try to pry the bag out of there because you can't leave it
I've
there.
never heard of that.
I also
Really?
have never heard of that.
They,
What I
do it all
don't
the
like
time.
is I don't like the method where you're supposed to put it on your hand and
that
fold it
I don't
over.
like that
I
either.
can't
That's
do
dumb.
that.
No, I get it. I
I
get it to
literally
the
just-
toes, and then I
toes
like
and
work
shimmy.
it. Yep,
Yeah.
I work it up.
Toes and shimmy. And hey, sometimes you'll end up kind of doing a little leg massage sort of thing. They like that shit.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get that stuff very often.
Yeah, and then when I'm done, I'm like, I make sure the wrinkles are out, and I'm like,
Yeah, and then sometimes they'll be like, oh, don't stop.
Oh, we should probably explain the wrinkles thing. So if you wear Ted hose is literally like a compression stocking. So if you've got wrinkles in it, it's going to cut off circulation
Literally
somewhere,
like a
most
compression
likely.
Stocking is a compression stocking.
Whatever, bitch. Anyways, so if there's wrinkles in it, it has a higher chance of cutting off circulation to whatever part of the body it's on.
And so Ted hose are used for edema, which is literally just swelling. Usually it's in the legs. And because of that, sometimes the compression stockings will leave these nasty little indents in the skin if
Mhm.
there's wrinkles.
Yeah.
So you always want to make sure that it's completely straight, totally wrinkle-free. Otherwise, when you take it off when they go to bed, you'll just have these marks everywhere, all over their legs.
And that's really uncomfortable for them too.
It is really bad.
Or if you do a really bad job, it cuts off their circulation.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So we should probably make the transition into telling a few stories before we wrap up this episode about
For
how
sure.
work not ending.
Yeah. I don't know. I get stuck. I've gotten stuck a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
You know this. You know.
well, yeah, obviously. But I mean, for me, it's more like I don't ever really get to shut work off, like ever.
Yeah, it is very 24/7. Like, honestly, that I'm very much like a homebody sometimes because, like,
Mhm.
Sometimes.
after most of the time, after like dealing with
honest
people at work and stuff all day and stuff, I just don't want to people anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to see people. I don't want to risk running into somebody who knows that I take care of them. Like,
Well, with caregiving, it's like two worlds basically, because like everyone who works in like office positions or call centers or what have you, like they have to deal with their coworkers.
mhm.
And then like we have to deal with our coworkers and our supervisors and our clients
and their family
and their families. Like it's just person after person after person. Like there's been so many times where I've come home from work and my face has literally been sore from talking and
Mhm.
smiling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
It
like
happens all the time.
sometimes I will just like I've had to like ice my face before.
Mhm.
I've had to put a warm washcloth on it before because seriously those muscles get so overworked.
It's hard because I mean, unfortunately, it sounds sad, but like you kind of have to put on that persona.
Oh, absolutely. And like
Masking.
Mhm.
yeah, totally. And we are told like right away when you first enter the career, it's just hammered into your head.
Mhm.
Happy, 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 smile, smile, smile.
Yeah.
You know,
Overly chipper.
Leave your personal shit at the door.
but sometimes you can't.
Mhm.
Especially, like, I know we've talked about this a bunch on this podcast where, like, sometimes if a resident is going through something that you've been through or that you're currently going through,
It's
is
so hard.
It's so difficult. Like, you want to try to, like, relate to them without giving them, like,
Clues that you're
details.
going through the shit that they're going
Right.
Like, you want to be just like, oh, I know that's hard, and, you know, like,
Right.
being like, oh, maybe try this, or try
Sometimes I
that.
use
don't
the,
know.
oh, I had a friend that had that happen.
Yeah.
to them.
I
Like,
totally have
yeah.
done that. Or especially when you'll say, hey, maybe this is a helpful tip. And they're like, well, how do you know? How do you know it works? And you can't be like, oh, well, I did it. You
Right.
know?
Mhm.
Like,
My friend
Because
told
then-
me.
Because then the next day, all your coworkers will know about it.
Yeah.
And the whole
literally.
facility.
yeah. And I know that's something that we've iterated a lot too. Like, you cannot have personal conversations with these people. They are
Mhm.
here for a reason. Yeah, otherwise, like, your business will be out there.
It will be.
I don't.
I have a resident who literally likes to spill tea because he thinks it's funny.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's not
The
even
drama starter resident.
I know, and it's not even like anything that he's been told directly. He likes to listen. There's so many residents so we have a joke that residents have big ears, and it's like they will literally wheel around the facility looking for any information.
Mhm.
It's literally
Any
like
sort
the
of
walls
gossip.
are listening to you.
Mhm.
Yes, like we get so, this is really funny. As caregivers, I know that like any seasoned caregiver can relate, doing this thing where you have to go in between, like whispering, and then like as soon as you know it's safe to like put your
Mhm.
voice back up.
We
Yeah.
used to do that all the time.
Yeah, where it'd be
all the
like,
time.
oh, hang on, we have big ears.
I mean, you guys know how to whisper. I didn't know
Anyway.
that.
Bitch, you're the biggest mouth here. Excuse me?
You two are the loudest.
Well,
You're not wrong.
Mostly boss lady.
yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I'm just the bitchiest one here.
Oh no, you got a big mouth too. You really do.
I've got opinions.
Opinion. I think we all do. Some of us are just better at not saying things than others.
Yeah. That's because we cut her off all the time.
That's exactly why, actually.
Anywho.
Any hoosers. So yeah, I know you'd understand the voice roller coaster if you're
Yeah,
a
sure.
seasoned caregiver. It's funny when you think about it in a context outside of work.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like in work, it's just like it's a no-brainer, you know?
And it's also really fucking annoying. It's really annoying.
Or even the different volumes that you have to do when you're talking to residents.
I have
Give me
gotten
a
so good at like code words and like spelling things.
Yeah.
Oh man, for the residents that don't know how to spell, like that shit is a lifesaver sometimes.
Mhm.
When you know that they can read and spell or whatever, and
Oh,
you
you're
still
fucked.
don't read the frickin' doors and stuff. Like the ones that say employees only.
It is the worst. It's the worst.
She knows. Just walk right in.
We
They're
have about
you can't
4 of
be in
those.
here. You can't be in here. Well, just a second. No, get out.
Wait, I'm trying to read.
No, literally, it's, well, I wanted to talk to her. You can talk to her from over there where there's this big window with no glass because it's a kitchen.
You know, it drives me crazy, like how, like during day shift, like the rules are in place, and then by like PMs,
It's not. in place
residents
during
just
day
like
shift.
walks right into wherever, and you're like,
That's because they're all
do the rules
crazier
only
at
last
night.
till like 3-4 o'clock? Like, what
No,
This
they're
happening?
just
is
crazier
why-
at night.
My soul has been dying slowly for the last, I don't know, 2 months.
I don't know. It bothers me that the office should be closed too.
Should be, but I mean, at the same time, that means that you really can't be in the office that much because you have to keep an eye on the floor.
So
Right, I'm fine with
who
that,
all
but
here
still.
has the instinctual habit to just lock everything always? And then it gets to the
I do.
point. It gets to the point where you're like, got your hands full, and you're like trying to open something, and you're like, ah, fuck, I locked it. I can't even tell you how many
Yeah.
times I've been like, caregiver brain, will you just shut off for 1 second?
It doesn't.
That's honestly why I like the hospitals when you can like scan your badge. It's so much easier.
Oh,
Mhm.
I love. Okay, shout out to facilities
I
that
used
have
to do that
automatic
carry
locks on
stuff, and
everything.
I'm like
Yes.
with my badge, and I'm like,
I've done that before. 100% done that before.
then I turn around and I open the door with my butt cheek.
I am so good at opening doors with my ass and my feet.
my
Yes.
elbow sometimes.
Oh,
The
elbows.
corner of a laundry
I'm
basket.
real good at that.
The
Yep.
corner of a laundry basket.
Yes. Yo.
Or we get really good at dragging things.
Mhm.
Like sometimes I will, like I've been able to push wheelchairs with like other things,
Yeah.
or like carrying garbage cans.
Yep, I've carried laundry and pushed a wheelchair.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I'll like put baskets on top of other baskets.
Or
that
do 2
wheel.
residents at a time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
where you got one.
Yeah, one in front, one in back.
Let me tell you though, that's hard on the back. It really is.
So I've been able to successfully maneuver 2 residents before, like where if you put a smaller one in front and you have someone that has longer pedals, you can
Mhm.
literally use them to push
Yep.
the other.
I put them next to each other before too.
Oh,
if they
I've done that
always ride
100
on.
times. I've also, very gross, but I have also been able to get doors open with my teeth before. I know it's gross. I know. I'm not proud of it, but I had no.
Girl, you nasty.
I know. Okay, I know.
Girl, what the fuck?
I know, but I had my hands really full.
Yo, my face and my mouth not gonna be anything in your healthcare. Gross.
I know. I was young. Okay.
You
I
might as
know.
well wipe somebody's ass with your bare hand and stick it in your mouth.
I
That's
know.
facts though.
That's foul.
I know. I'm not proud.
What went through your mind that you ever did that?
I was 18 and I didn't know.
Ew.
Didn't know.
Gross. We get a bunch of mouth disease.
I feel like I need to go and brush my teeth for you. Get some extra alcohol mouthwash,
I literally
some teeth
need
whitener. or
I literally
something.
need that de-sterilization process from Monsters Inc. Girl, I'm grossed out when I see people let their kids roll around on the hospital floor. Like, that's nasty.
Mm-mm. No, I wouldn't. No.
Those little microorganisms your kid just picked up. Have fun with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. That is not something I would ever do again. That's so
Nope.
nasty.
Nope, gross. So gross.
Please tell me it was just once.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, thank God.
That's so gross. I'm
I
so
know.
disgusted.
I know. I agree with you. I'm not saying it was right.
Amy's like, I'm not proud.
I'm not.
This is where you start crying.
Why did she sound like Toad when he's dying?
Can I do it?
Okay, before we get any more crazy, maybe we should start wrapping this up a little bit.
Yeah,
So, anyways, you can find us on.
we didn't even tell stories.
We
Oh
told
my-
plenty of stories.
I know, but it was supposed to be about how we have shit to take care of at home.
We did, though. Well, anyways, you can find us on YouTube, TikTok. You can email us at bossravioliqueens@gmail.com.
Why are you laughing at me? Not
And
doing
you can find
anything.
us on social media at Boss Ravioli Queens.
Not who's the one that laughs everything.
You, still you.
Not anymore.
Don't laugh, Amy. Don't laugh.
Pudding. Booger. Winning.
Anyways, reach out to us. Send us messages, suggestions on what you want us to talk about. And we'll see you next time.
And don't use your mouth to open doors.
Yeah, don't do that. That's nasty. That's nasty.
Anyways, bye.
Do you want to go ahead, stop?
No.
Bye.